I always thought Sarah and I had a perfect marriage. We had been together for 12 years, had 2 wonderful children, and shared countless memories. Sarah was a successful architect and I managed a small tech startup. Life seemed idyllic until one fateful day. It all started with a letter I found in our mailbox addressed to Sarah. It wasn't unusual for her to receive mail, but this one was different. It was handwritten, and curiosity got the better of me. I know I shouldn't have, but I opened it. The letter revealed a secret that shattered my world. Sarah had been seeing another man for the past 5 years. I was in shock. How could Sarah, my loving wife and the mother of my children, hide such a betrayal? I couldn't confront her immediately. I needed time to process this bombshell. Over the next few days, I started noticing small details I had previously overlooked: late-night phone calls, unexplained absences, and a certain distance in her eyes. One evening, unable to bear the weight of my suspicions any longer, I confronted Sarah. She initially denied everything, but when I showed her the letter, she broke down and confessed. The man she had been seeing was our neighbor, Mark. The revelation hit me like a freight train. Mark was not just a neighbor, he was a friend. Our families often spent time together, barbecues, holidays, and even vacations. The betrayal cut deep, but it was only the beginning. Sarah revealed that she and Mark had started their affair during a particularly rough patch in our marriage. What hurt the most was that while I thought we had worked through our issues and come out stronger, she had continued the affair. The next few days were a blur of pain and confusion. I couldn't look at Sarah without feeling a mix of anger and sorrow. Meanwhile, the news of the affair started spreading through our close-knit neighborhood. Whispers and gossip filled the air, and I felt like everyone was watching us, judging us. In the midst of this chaos, another twist emerged. Mark's wife, Julia, knocked on my door one evening. She looked just as devastated as I felt. She confessed that she had known about the affair for years, but had hoped it would end on its own. She had chosen to stay silent, believing that protecting her children from the truth was the best course of action. However, guilt and heartbreak had finally driven her to tell me. Julia's revelation was both a comfort and a new source of pain. We were both victims of our spouse's betrayal, but she had endured it alone for years. We sat together that night, sharing our stories and pain, finding solace in our shared suffering. As the days passed, the neighborhood's focus on our scandal intensified. Sarah and I decided to separate. It was a heart-wrenching decision, but it was necessary for my sanity and our children's well-being. Sarah moved out, and I took on the challenge of being a single parent, trying to provide some stability for our kids amidst the turmoil. The final twist came a few months later. I discovered that Sarah and Mark had planned to leave their families and start a new life together. Their plan was halted by Julia's revelation. Sarah's betrayal was not just a spur-of-the-moment mistake, but a calculated decision that almost tore our families apart completely. Julia and I became close friends, supporting each other through the healing process. We found strength in our shared experiences and helped each other rebuild our lives. It wasn't easy, but we both learned to trust and love again, forming an unbreakable bond forged in the fires of deceit and heartache.